word for word. This is Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th Canto, Chapter 9, text number 43. Atta eva means certainly. Therefore. Atta eva, therefore. Are you there? Haribol?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Sounding okay now, a little bit. Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th Canto, Chapter 9, text number 43. Roku, Q, Ranju-san. And do the words.
Very noisy. Some very sound of the
Noise is coming from your side. Atta eva. Are you ready? There is a lot of noise. I don't know what it is.
Maybe please close hangout, your hangout.
すごいなんか香りっていうかなんか
Maharaj, please your hangout is closed.
I think it's closed. Okay?
Yes.
Now it's okay?
Better. Please do okay.
All right.
Yes.
So the word for word. Atta eva.
Ateva,
Therefore.
従って、
Swayam.
Vayam,
Yourself.
あなた自身、
Tat.
た、
That.
それ、
Upakalpaya.
アパカーバーや
Please arrange.
手配してください。
Asmakam.
アスマーカン、
Of us.
私たちの
Bhagavata.
バガバタ
Of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
最高人格指針の
Padama Guru.
パラマグルー、
The Supreme Spiritual Master.
最高の精神的なるマスタ
Tava.
ー、タバ、
Of you.
あなたの
Charana.
チャラナ、
Of the feet.
レンゲの見足の
Shata Palashat.
チャタパラシャ、
Like lotus flower with hundreds of petals.
数百の花びらのハスの花、
Chayam.
チャヤン、
The shade.
影、
Vivida.
ビビダ、
Various.
さまざまなバラエティ、
Vrijina,
ブリジナ
with dangerous positions.
危険な場所で
Samsara,
サンサラ
of this conditioned life.
この条件下の人生
Parishrama,
パリシャマ
the pain.
痛み
Upashamanim,
バシャマニン
relieving.
救済
Upashritanam,
バシターナン
the devotees who have taken shelter at your lotus feet.
あなたの蓮の花のもとに
Vayam,
避難所を奪った信者
we,
私たち
yat,
や
for which,
そのために
kamena,
カメラ
by the desires,
望みによって
upasarita,
パサーパ
caused to come near,
あなたの近くに来た
the shelter of your lotus feet.
あなたの蓮華の御足の避難所保護所
Translation, Srimad Bhagavatam Roku Q Yonju-san, 6943. Dear Lord, you are omniscient, therefore you know very well why we have taken shelter at your lotus feet, which provide shade that gives relief from all material disturbances. Since you are the supreme spiritual master and you know everything, we have sought shelter of your lotus feet for instruction. Please give us relief by counteracting our present distress. Your lotus feet are the only shelter for a fully surrendered devotee and are the only means for subduing all the tribulations of this material world.
第43節翻訳新約主よ大御は全知全能でいらっしゃいますですからすべての物質的悩みから解放を与えてくれる日陰であるあなたの蓮華の御足の保護を私たちが受け入れる理由を重々ご存知です御身は最高の精神指導者であり、すべてをご存知ですから、御身の蓮華の御足の保護に求めてまいりました。どうか私たちの現在の苦しみを打ち消すことによって救いを与えてください。御身の蓮華の御足は完全に身を委ねた献身者の唯一の隠れ家であり、この物質世界のすべての苦しみを緩和する唯一の手段でございます。
Purport.
解説
One need only seek shelter of the shade of the Lord's feet. Then all the material tribulations that disturb him will be subdued. Just as when one comes under the shadow of a big tree, the disturbance caused by the heat of the scorching sun are immediately mitigated without one's asking for relief. Therefore, the whole concern of the conditioned soul should be the lotus feet of the Lord. The conditioned soul suffering from various tribulations because of existing in the material world can be relieved only when he seeks shelter at the Lord's lotus feet.
解説地の蓮華の御足の日陰の隠れ家を求めさえすればよい。そうすれば悩む原因のすべての物質的困難は緩和される。それはちょうど焼けるような太陽の熱によってもたらされる苦しみが大きな木の木陰に行けば軽減を求めなくてもすぐに緩和されるのと同じである。故に条件付けられた魂のすべての関心は主の蓮華の御足である。条件付けられた魂がこの物質世界に存在するがゆえのいろいろな困難から起こる苦しみは主の蓮華の御足に保護を求めるときにのみ解放される。
Om Gyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chaksu Militanyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rup Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Scha Shri Rupam Sadajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahita Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitam Cha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desa Tarini. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namane Madhu Jojala Prema Jashiva Panuga Bhakti Da Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute. Novar Shabanavi Devi Dayataya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vigyana Dayane Prabhave Namaha. Namaste Gauravani Shimurtaye Dinatarane Rupanuga Viruda Aprasadanta Dvantaharane. Namo Gaur Kishoraya Satchivarajamurtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padambujayate Namaha. Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchit Ananda Namini Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Rupanuga Varayate. Gauravir Bhave Bhume Stram Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Jagannataya Te Namaha. Vanchakalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namani Gora Tvishe Namaha. Panchatatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakti Shaktikam. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate. Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Giri Tat Kripa Tamaham Vande Shri Gurun Dina Tarini. So this is not the highest prayer. This is prayer for, relief from material suffering.
でこれは物質的な苦しみから逃れるための祈りであって、より高い祈りではありません。
It could be because like when Lord Chaitanya asked Ramananda Roy, what's the greatest suffering? He said the greatest suffering is to not be without the association of devotees.
で、ラマナンダロイがチャイタニアにその大きな苦しみとは何かを聞いたときに、ディボティとのアソシエーションが得られないことであると、そう答えました。
We saw Prabhupada said that when you feel like you're miserable without the association of devotees, then that's perfection, and you desperately want to associate with devotees.
ディボティとの交際が得られないということで、というのこれを苦しみだと感じるというのはある意味完成であります。
Because devotees are talking about Krishna, devotees are chanting Krishna, devotees are giving you prasadam or whatever they're doing something spiritual.
で、ディボティっていうのは常にその何らかのスピリチュアルな、ところに、いるわけです。クリシュナの話をして、クリシュナの聖なる名前を唱えてクリシュナのプラサードを食べる、そういうことをディボティと分かち合うことができるわけです。
But we're still in a neophyte stage where I like this devotee, but I don't like that devotee. I like to be with this devotee, but not that devotee.
で、初心者というのは低い段階のディボティっていうのは、この献身者が好きだ、この献身者は嫌いだ、これが嫌だ、好き嫌いに、そういうのが激しいわけです。
Of course, it's natural to be with devotees with a similar interest in how to serve Krishna. the mridanga players like to get together to learn new beats, and the cooks like to discuss new recipes.
で、クリシュナに、反対する。そういったものを好まないというのはですね、ディボティにとって自然です。
But the pure devotee want any devotee, they love devotees.
Excuse me?
The pure devotee loves all devotees also. He doesn't discriminate. I like this one, but I don't like that one.
まあ本当のディボティっていうのは、そこに、この献身者が好きだ、この献身者が嫌いだ、苦手だとか、この献身者はいい献身者、この献身者は悪い献身者だっていう、そういう区別をつけるんですね。
There's a list of, devotee Vaishnava Parad. Different kinds of Vaishnava Parad.
で、バイシナバパラデというのがあります。
So some are, obvious to kill a devotee or to physically harm a devotee.
ディボティを殺すとか、ディボティを傷つけるとか、あからさまなその身体的なレベルのそのアパラダ、冒涜というのがあります。
But one is to not become joyful on seeing a devotee. To not become very joyful, happy to see a devotee, that's also a Vaishnava Parad. So we have to work on that, because sometimes we see one devotee and think, oh, I don't like, why is that one here? What is she doing here?
で、私たちはそういうとこを、そこを目指して訓練するべきであります。誰もどんなディボティを見ても喜びを感じれる自分で。で、我々はそのありがちなのは、嫌なディボティがいたら、そのディボティを遠ざけると、そのディボティから遠ざける。
So the prayers in this verse are talking about getting relief from all suffering.
で、今日の祈りでは、あらゆる種類の苦しみから解放されますよ。
So the worst suffering is to not be in the association of devotees.
でもその最悪の苦しみというのは、ディボティにとっては、献身者と交際が得られてないということです。
The ultimate cause of all our suffering is that forgetfulness of Krishna.
けどその究極的なその苦しみの究極的な原因というのは、クリシュナを忘れた、クリシュナから離れてしまったことが原因であるからです。
And identifying with the body and the mind.
で、その結果、体とマインドが自分だと、自分と同一視してしまうわけです。
So Krishna is telling us, to control the mind, that the mind can be the best friend or can be the enemy.
で、クリシュナのバガバッタギータの中で、マインドコントロールできなければ、最悪の敵と一緒に住んでいるというか。
When the mind is thinking of Krishna and thinking of how to serve Krishna, thinking of glorifying devotees, which pleases to Krishna, then we become very free from misery, happy.
でもそのマインドがいつもクリシュナのことを考えていると、どうやってクリシュナに使い切ったらよいかということを考えている。で、いつもクリシュナをたたえるために、マインドを使っている。そうすればいつもハッピーでやります。
So we have in the 11th canto the song of the Avanti Brahman, and he covers this.
で、バガバッタの第12回で、ラティの祈りがポイントを話している。
And our Matsumura-san, he kindly translated this chapter. I sent it to a few devotees and trying to get it ready. So the Brahmin said that he was being harassed by many people the common people were giving him a hard time. The Brahmana in this chapter, the common people were insulting him in very many nasty ways.
で、松村さんが親切にも訳してくださったんですけど、その普通の人っていうのは、なんだっけ。
So that he says, these people aren't the cause of my happiness and distress. They are not the cause. Normally we want to blame somebody when we're suffering, and we want to give someone else credit when we're happy.
で、その誰かを非難することを喜びと感じる。
We think that this person has been nice to me, they're glorifying me, or they're giving me gifts, so this is good.
で、この人は自分をに親切にしてくれると、自分を褒めてくれる、称賛してくれると。
But he says, not the demigods, not my own body, this is not the reason I'm happy or sad.
で、すいません、ちょっとついていけてないですね。どういう意味なんだろう。
Not my body or not the planets.
Not my body.
Yeah, the body has the adi-atmic miseries, but that's not the cause of our suffering.
で、体から来る苦しみ、その天変地異、災害など、そういったものが真の苦しみではありません。
Not the planets. That means not the astrology. Many people want to go to the astrologer to find out, about themselves, but that's not the ultimate cause.
で、多くの人が先生術というのを行うわけです。で、それで、この星の影響で、あなたが、悪い星の影響の整備するわけですけど、でもそれは本当の苦しみの原因ではありません。
It's not my karma, not the past work. It's not the time factor either.
で、カルマとかそういう、時間軸の話ではありません。
It's the mind only that causes happiness and distress.
で、それはもうマインドの中の話であって、マインド自体が苦しみの原因であるわけです。
So that we want to control the mind. When we're thinking of Krishna and serving Krishna, then we rise beyond all these things.
クリシナを考えれば、そういったマインドの状況というのを超越することができる。
The external situation doesn't matter.
で、外的な状況なんかはもうどうでもいいわけです。
So the mind is very powerful. It makes the modes.
で、マインドっていうのは非常に強力です。
Then we get entangled in the modes of nature.
で、物質に巻き込まれてしまうわけです。
And Prabhupada explains that it said the mind is very strong. It means it won't listen to good advice. The mind, no. You try to give good advice when the mind is absorbed in material things and envy and anger, then the mind will not take good advice.
で、マインドは take advice
from anybody, intelligent advice. Ultimately from Krishna, but from other devotees, from anybody, any person, even a materialistic person, when they're angry, they're greedy, envious, then you try to guide them. They don't want to hear it. The mind is, no, I know better.
で、マインドっていうのは、どんなアドバイスも聞きたがりません。知性が、いろんなアドバイスをするんですけど、これは良くないとか言うわけですけど、まあ、それに必ず従うことはありません。いや、そんなのはやりますよ。
So we want to surrender to Krishna, the supreme intelligence, not to the mind. We want to surrender, take shelter of Krishna. Here we're talking about the lotus feet. That means service, humble position. Krishna, please guide me, help me.
で、クリシュナの保護に入るというのは、クリシュナの恵み足というのは、クリシュナに入るを意味しています。クリシュナと保護を与えてください。ということは。
So the yoga means to control the mind. So the Prabhupada said the best way to control the mind is to thinking about how to spread the holy name.
で、プラパダはどうやって主の聖なる皆を広めたらいいのかということを考えるということが、マインドをコントロールする一番いい方法だとおっしゃいました。
To keep the mind busy, you know.
で、マインドを、忙しく従事させておくことです。
There's a famous time when somebody asked Prabhupada, I have trouble controlling my mind when I chant.
で、チャンティングしているときに、私の心っていうのは、本当にトラブルを起こしますと。そのプラパダに質問した人がいました。
And Prabhupada said, he said, what is the trouble?
で、プラパダは何がトラブルなんだろう。
He was laughing. He said, you chant with your tongue, you hear with the ear. Don't worry about the mind.
で、マインドのことを心配しないで、唱えてるわけだから、舌は唱えて耳で聞いてればいいんだ。
To beat the mind, Bhaktisiddhanta said, in the morning beat it with a stick and at night with shoes.
で、バクティシダンタは、朝起きたらほうきで、マインドを叩きなさいと、叩きなさいと。で、寝るときには、靴で100回叩きなさい。
Just like a dog, you know, rah, 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 rah. We just chase the dog away. The mind, the same thing. It's just yapping away. Just ignore the mind.
で、犬と同じように、吠えたら、犬を追っかけると、吠えると。聞こえて、逃げ回るわけです。ですから、同様に、マインドはほっぽっとけばいいわけです。
So we want to take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. That means take shelter of the holy name.
で、私たちは主に保護を求めるわけです。で、その意味は、主の聖なる名前に保護を求めるということです。
That's Sadhu Sangha. We get together, we want to chant the holy name, we want to talk about Krishna.
で、それがサドゥサンガです。クリシュナについて語って、クリシュナの聖なる名を唱える。
To train the mind to look for the opportunities for service. To be thinking, how can I serve? How can I serve Krishna? How can I serve?
どのようにクリシュナに使いたいようなことを考える。忙しく考えている。
So all the different activities of yoga, or giving charity, doing good works, everything is meant to control the mind. Even like we're doing deity worship, we're doing arti, we have to control the mind to do that. And purify the mind by thinking how to serve Krishna. Haribol?
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. We want to absorb the mind in how to serve Krishna. When we meet with devotees, we want to discuss how can we serve Krishna, where should we go for Sankirtan, what should we cook for the Sunday feast, how should we dress the deities, how can we decorate the temple better, something like that.
で、どうやって、DT を美しく着かせたらいいのか。そうやって常にクリシュナの方針にマインドを従事させておくという。
And glorify devotees. Find the good qualities in all the devotees.
で、ディボティの良い質を使える。
A lot of times, not only devotees, but other people, we don't, when someone dies, then we talk about how nice that person was. But when they're alive, we criticize them.
例えば人が死んだならば、死んだ後はなんていい人だったんだろうって称えるわけです。でも死ぬまではその人のケチばっかりつけてるわけです。
So the prayer in this Brahman is saying, if the mind is fixed and pacified, then we don't need to do any other ritualistic activities of charity or pious rituals. That means if the mind is fixed on Krishna.
もしマインドを眺めることができる、宗教儀式とかなっているチャリティーとかそういったものは必要なくなってできます。ただ、クリスチャンに心を固定すればよい。
And if the mind is uncontrolled and in ignorance, then there's no use to do those things either. They're not going to help us.
で、マインドをコントロールできなければ、
So the mind is just saying, since time immemorial, we've been controlled by the senses.
まずはじめに感覚をコントロールしなければなりません。
The mind is so powerful, but we can put it under the control of the Supreme Lord, under the control of Guru, and by practicing sadhana and service to Krishna, then the mind becomes conquered.
で、グルとクリシュナに使えることに従事させる。ということによってマインドを克服することができます。
If we get beyond the understanding, I'm a spirit soul, I'm a servant of Krishna.
で、自分は精神的な魂でクリシュナの召使いである。
And all the other living entities are also spirit soul servants of Krishna.
で、他の生命体も精神的な魂でクリシュナに使える。
So devotees want to associate with devotees.
ディボティはディボティと付き合いたいと思います。
So Krishna tells Uddhava, fix your mind, fixing your intelligence on me. That way you can control the mind.
で、私に心を固定しなさいと。そうクリシュナは教えている。
And that is the essence of the science of yoga.
Science of what?
Yoga.
それが、ヨガの科学の、真髄であります。
And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that one who studies this Bhagavad Gita worships me by his intelligence.
で、バガバッドギーターを学ぶというのは知性で私を崇拝することであるとクリシュナは言っています。
So the intelligence is above the mind, and it has to be utilized properly.
ですからその知性を従事させるというのは重要なこと。 であります。というのは、知性というのは心の上に、上位に位置しているからです。
So, and the best way to control the mind is to think of how to spread the holy name.
ですから、マインドをコントロールするには、どうやって、知性を使って、を広めたら良いのかと考えることです。
Because generally when we're thinking how to spread the holy name, we're going to be chanting the holy name. That's the first thing we have to do. If we're chanting and we find a ways to chant where other people can hear it.
で、チャンティングすることによってたくさんの人が忠誠な皆を聞くことができます。
So Lord Chaitanya told Nityananda and all that it's for everybody, but Haridas, go door to door, ask everybody, chant the holy name, worship Krishna.
ですから、シューチャイタニはニチャンナとハリダスサークルに、出かけていってみんなに忠誠な皆を唱える。忠誠な皆を唱えてもらう。そう言いました。
Have festivals, where everybody's chanting.
で、みんな唱えるようになります。
And Prabhupada said his books, and he put the name of Krishna many times, so therefore he said that's the value of his books, that the name of Krishna is so many times on every page.
で、プラパダはその、本を書いて作ります。
They said that Bhaktisiddhanta, when the devotees would write something, he would just look at it and count the number of times that he found the Krishna's name.
で、バクティシダンタは本の中に何個クリシナという名前が出てくる。
And then Lord Chaitanya's name, and then he'd say, okay, this is good.
I'm sorry, cannot hear.
He would judge, this is good, according to how many times he found Krishna's name. He didn't even read it, he just counted the names.
Who count?
Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when his disciples would write something.
クリシナ、本の中にクリシナの名前が何回出てくるのかということを数えました。
So Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. When Lord Chaitanya came back from being initiated, everything was Krishna. When he tried to explain grammar or whatever he talked about, it was just Krishna.
で、シューチャイタニアは、入門を受けて帰ってきて、ちょっとすいません。なんか文法がどうのこうので、なんか全てはただクリシナだけである。
Okay, so
ことがしない。
coming to the end, I want to say a few things. The time is coming to write for Prabhupada's Vyas Puja book. 2 more weeks to send that in. So kindly make sure devotees in Japan write something. From Tokyo, from Osaka.
締め切りが2週間ですか？なので、日本からも何か書いてください。
From Fukuoka, from Okinawa, all the places.
福岡、沖縄、すべての場所から。
So we know that we're doing something and other people know also.
で、私たちも何か書きます。で、他の人も何か書いてください。
So kindly make sure to do that. that if you don't know to send it to Dravida Prabhu, then I can give you the address, but it's April 15th is the last day. So that's a little more than 2 weeks now.
1週間ぐらいだと思います。
And that's another way to control the mind, to focus. And a very good way to control the mind, you know, Lord Chaitanya says, Vaishnava Seva Nama Sankirtan, serve the devotees and chant the holy name. And then quickly get Krishna's lotus feet.
で、クリシュナの、ベストなクリシュナの方針、っていうのはそのナーマセーバー、クリシュナの聖なる皆に使えることであると。そしてバイシュナのテーマで、その2つであるとチャイタリアがおっしゃいました。
Because of our conditioning, we're very conditioning. I like this person, I don't like that person.
で、私たちはこの人が好きだ、この人が嫌いだと、そういうのに非常にとらわれてしまっています。
Whatever it is, you know, the people that, you know, that my religion, the same religion are good, or the same country are good, or the same, you know, type of work, or whatever it is, we tend to be like that. We tend to be prejudiced. We like these kind of people. We don't like another type of people.
で、この種類の人は好きだ、この種類の、この国の人はこうだとか、あの国の人はああだとか。
So like,
こういう人は好きだ、こういう人は嫌いだとか。
When I first went out for book distribution, I had come from hippies, so I think, well, the hippies they're the ones that will be interested. I was very prejudiced. I didn't like people that were just ordinary people. They don't understand life, you know. So, but as we try to approach people with books, we find out we can never know by a person's looks, by a person's dress, by a person's age, or whatever, who will be interested in Krishna. It can come from anywhere.
で、本組に出ればよくわかります。私たちは頭でこの人が、私たちはいろんな好き嫌いとかね、あるわけですけど、でも誰がクリシュナに好意を寄せるのかっていうのは見た目では絶対に判断つかないわけです。
So when someone does take any interest in Krishna, then we should know that this is a special person. Anyone who wants to chant the holy name, anyone who has any interest in reading the Bhagavad Gita or anything, the special people, Krishna sends them to us.
で、どんな人でもクリシュナ、特にクリシュナのその聖なる皆を、クリシュナを好む人っていうのは、特に好む人っていうのは、確実に特別な人であって、クリシュナが送ってきてくれた人であります。
And if those people unite together and just all try to, work to spread the holy name, then even a few people that are united like that can do so much, conquer the world.
で、多くの人が協力して、すれば世界を征服することができます。
Krishna is giving us instruction, Bhagavad Gita, he's giving us a system, of spiritual masters and previous acharyas, and then we follow the order like that, the way Krishna gives it, and we become very powerful.
すいません、ちょっと忘れました。
We see in the material world there's many countries where they have a lot of revolutions against the government.
まあいろんな国でその革命というのを見ることができます。
There'll be some influential type leader person, and he'll get many followers, and they overthrow the government, and this person becomes the president or the king.
で非常に影響力のある人が、まあ、多くの人に、まあ、支持されると、多くの人を動かすと。
But then his followers, they also become revolutionaries and overthrow him.
で、多くの人の、まあ、支持者になって、それで、まあ、政治家になったり、する場合があります。
So it can't last, but when everybody's following especially in spiritual life, we had previous acharyas, a just succession, or in any company, any army, you follow the orders and everybody follows down the line and everything goes nicely.
で、まあ、私たちの場合はその指定継承の、まあ、教えに従うわけです。
So like in the temple, if everybody follows the temple president and thinks about how can we help the temple president, then things can move nicely.
で、テンプルだったら、みんながじゃあどうやってテンプルプレゼントに使えることができるんだろうか、そう考えればうまくいきます。
And how to serve the devotees. Where I am here, I saw at their, it's not Sunday, Friday program, but they ask, all the people that are here for the first time, please stand up.
で、この私が、Where are you now?
We call it Damodar Desh.
ダモダラデーシュというところはどこなんですか？イスラエル？
No, it doesn't matter, but they ask, everybody who's here for the first time. So there's.
できた人、使ってくださいって言って。
Then they give all those first-time people a bead bag, beads.
で、初めて来た人にみんなビーズをプレゼントする。
And they send one devotee, go give him the bead bag and teach him how to chant.
で、ビーズをあげて、どうやって唱えるのか教える。
So it's very nice, and people like that. And maybe they'll start chanting, They don't try to sell them the beads, they give the beads.
で、そのビーズを、まあ、そこではビーズを売るのではなくてプレゼントしています。
Sometimes, we give them a book.
で、ある場所では本をあげたりします。
I think they might have learned that from the Chopati. They all the new people, then they assign a devotee for each new person. You go talk to them, help them to find the prasadam and find the bookshop or whatever. Take care of these new people.
で、ショーパではある人は、新しい人が来たら必ず一人の人がついて、お世話すると。
Okay, I saw a very ecstatic Beyond Nirvana Kirtan I saw yesterday. Right?
Yes. And that's Saturday evening. Sunday, last night, we went to a new yoga studio in Chiba.
A different one.
Another one, new yoga studio.
What's the name of it? New Yoga?
なんだっけな。I will after this picture. ソルナ。
Anyway,
Soluna. She's very, very, very nice owner. She went to New York. She visiting the ISKCON New York temple she got very good experience, the kirtan, the devotee, everything, prasadam. She loved.
Good. All right.
Then, Mahira from Nirvana, Mahira, she's introduced this person.
Yeah, well, there's many. That's how we can spread. They're all over Japan.
And especially Satguru Prabhu and Sangita, they're very nice preacher.
Yeah.
Nice kirtan, nice talk, very simple speech, especially the storytelling, very people crying, very impressed.
Well, I hope they'll hang around longer. When people see Japanese, like everybody follows, so when they see some Japanese that are very, very blissful, then they think, well, I can do that also. Otherwise, they're thinking, I can't do it. But so now we have lots of, well, Sangitas, and then there's other new devotees. They're all very nice. And they can attract many more if we're working together, when we're working together. So nirvana is an in-between stage, of just giving up material activity.
Yes.
But then beyond nirvana, that's devotional service. That's the real thing.
ニルバーナっていうのは物質次元を超越した段階で、あるわけです。で、それを超えた先に、献身奉仕があります。
So from every yoga group, gradually you find more yoga groups. That's how it works.
いろんなヨガのグループが、
And the students of one place, they'll become teachers in another place.
And 場所をこう探してくる。
So, arigato gozaimasu.
Thank you very much. Nita Prabhu have the question.
Okay.
このあと2年間で、で、単純に親と恋人という関係がここに入らないのは、その理由。Nita Prabhu have a question, Gururaj.
Okay, I'm ready.
And we have the 9 process of the devotional service. And last 3? Bandana, その後、Dasha and Sakya, Atma Nivedana. Why we have the 5 rasa in between Krishna devotee, but this 9 process the 2 include Dasha and the Sakya. Why this Dasha and the Sakya means the same as the 5 rasa?
Nothing's exactly the same. Everything's same and different. Chincha beta beta tat.
すべては同じで異なるわけです。Why specific they choose the Sakya is there?
Can you repeat the question?
Why Sakya is there? No, why choose only Sakya is there? Not Bhattacharya and Madhurya? Why specific the Sakya is there?
I don't. They're all different, but they would like that. One reason that, like, say, conjugal is considered higher, because in conjugal you have all of them. Sometimes you're the friend, sometimes you're the servant, sometimes you're like acting like a parent, sometimes there's more different variety.
Yes.
In the, if the parent is sometimes a good friend of the child, sometimes he's a servant of the child, sometimes he's a master of the child. So there's more variety than just neutral. Neutral just means, oh, Krishna is great, Krishna is great. So, but whatever one is in, they're completely happy with it because they're absorbed in Krishna, so they're completely satisfied in whatever rasa that they have. So, and in any rasa, the 9 processes will be there. The rasa doesn't depend, in any rasa one can be chanting, one can be hearing, one can be serving the lotus feet, one can be, friends. Everything mixes up. But generally we might be focusing on one of the 9. But hearing and chanting should always be there no matter what else we're doing. Does that make sense?
In between disconnect, I couldn't get. His point, why this should only not Madhurya specific the Sakya is their friendship.
I don't know. I don't know that we do that. I don't understand. Everyone has their natural, rasa with Krishna.
Yeah, Guru Maharaj, my understanding, because Darsya and Sakya, generally we can say that we are servant, and Krishna is our real friend, generally.
Yeah.
So we can say that Krishna is my specific, my son and my koibito. Yeah, Tsubarupa. That's my understanding. Is that okay?
Yeah. That's okay.
That's okay.
Like in Lord Chaitanya's Leela, most of the devotees were in the friendly rasa, in the Leelas. Although they were gopis from the previous.
ほとんどのディボティがフレンド、友人のラサです。
So to practice that, we want to be friends with devotees.
で、私たちはディボティのその友達になるっていうことを訓練、したいです。
Because that's how we can judge our relationship with Guru and Krishna, is how we relate with devotees.
で、私たちはクリシュナとの関係をグルとどういう関係を持っているかで判断できます。
So friendship, that's a big issue. What is a real friend,
で、友人関係っていうのは大きな主題であります。何が真の友情なのか、友人なのかっていう。
What is a Eugene? What is a Tomodachi? So Krishna is the best friend of everyone.
で、クリシュナはみんなの親友です。
So A devotee then also is the best friend of everyone.
ですから、ディボーティもみんなの親友です。
This is Kapila, the famous verse. He says like that, the devotee is Surit Sarva Bhutanam. The Surit means a very dear friend, best friend.
で、クリシュナはパラマートマとしてみんなのハートの中にいるパラマートマのことを、スフリダン、サルバブータン、生きとし生けるもののスフリ、親友である、そういう点。
Because you're trying to give Krishna to people, trying to engage people in Christian service. That's the best thing you can do for anybody.
で、クリシュナに、ベストな奉仕をすると。
Trying to help people how to serve Krishna.
で、奉仕ができるように、他の人を助ける。
Then we have to be careful. Like if we're carrying Krishna, you know, it says that the devotee is the best place of pilgrimage because he's taking Krishna everywhere. We're taking the books, we're taking the holy name, wherever we go, we're giving those things. So that's a very makes any place a devotee goes a holy place.
で、ディボティ自身が、聖地であります。っていうか、ディボティはどこに行こうが、クリシュナを、携えて、いるわけです。で、どこに行こうがクリシュナを分かち合う。クリシュナを与えるのがディボティであって、ですから、気をつけなければならないわけです。
People will honor the preacher, and people will, you know, then we have to be careful not to think that I'm something special, but it's Krishna, they're honoring Krishna.
ディボティは、自分は何か特別だと、そう考えるべきではありません。
Like one time a Murti Wala, someone he carved a beautiful deity of Krishna.
で、一度美しいディーティ、クリシュナのディーティを残ったディボティがいます。
So he had to take that to the customer on the other side of the town.
他の町に、お客さんがいて。
So he got a donkey and he put the deity on top of the donkey and he was going through the town.
で、ドンキ、なんだっけ、ロバに乗せて、ディーティを、掘ったディーティをロバに乗せて、運びました。
And everybody was bowing down, paying obeisances.
そうするとみんながひれ伏して、尊敬の礼を捧げる。
So the donkey thought, everybody's honoring me.
で、そのロバは自分が崇拝されているとそう勘違いしました。
Then, so he got very puffed up.
で、ロバはそれで思い上がってしまいました。
Then, so after they delivered the deity to the customer, then when he came back, nobody paid any attention. The donkey just get out of the way, and he was surprised.
で、お客さんのところにその取ったディーティを届けて、それで、そのロバは帰ってきたわけです。でもその帰り道ロバは誰も自分に見向きもしなかった。
So when we're serving Krishna, when we're presenting Krishna to people, we're preaching, we're giving books, people will honor. But it's not us that they're honoring Krishna.
で、私たちがその本を配ったり、クリシュナを、他の人に分け与えてるわけですけど、それで、そうすると、人がその、敬意を払ってくれるわけですけど、それは我々にではなくて、クリシュナに敬意を払っているわけです。
The Guru is teaching everyone to worship Krishna. That's the Guru.
で、グルっていうのは、 みんなにクリシュナを崇拝するように教えます。それがグルの仕事です。
Sometimes they'll be so-called, they'll say worship me, but no, the Guru says worship Krishna. The preachers is telling me worship Krishna, serve Krishna.
時々自分を崇拝するように言う、そういうグルがいます。
Serving devotees is service to Krishna.
グルというのはクリシュナを崇拝するように教えるのがグルです。
Okay, so
よろしいでしょうか。
we're just like donkeys, carrying the message. It's the message that people honor, but then we get credit. We get the benefit. We just have to be careful to understand. Keep the mind busy chanting the holy name, reading Srimad Bhagavatam.
で、聖なる皆は唱える、バガバタムを読むなどして、マインドを忙しく充実させておくべきです。
Like if someone may be doing deity worship all the time. So that's very wonderful.
で、いつも読んでると、それは素晴らしいこと。
But also we have to keep reading and chanting and knowing who Krishna is, otherwise we'll just think it's ordinary work. If we are reading and chanting and hearing about Krishna, then we can understand this is Krishna, we're serving Krishna. Otherwise we can just think it's ordinary work, and we're cooking. But if we're not hearing and chanting properly, we won't understand that we're cooking for Krishna, that Krishna is eating.
我々のすべてのその活動の中心であるのは、聞くこと、クリシュナについて聞く、唱えるということです。クリシュナについて聞く、唱えるということを十分にいつもしていないと、料理をしても誰のために料理しているのかを忘れてしまいます。他のこともそうです。
Someone may be distributing many, many books, but if they're not chanting japa or they're not reading the books, then they won't carry on. They won't have any potency to touch the heart.
たくさんの本を配っても、クリシュナについて、クリシュナの本を読まないと、チャンティングをしないと、それでは長続きしません。
I was with Madhava Prabhu last week, and he was saying how Indra taught them, if you're not chanting 16 rounds, then your kirtan is useless.
で、アインドラプラブがマドバプラブに、言われたそうです。16週を唱えてなければ、あなたのキルタンに何の力もないだろう。
They won't have a spiritual potency.
で、そのスピリチュアルなその力というのがそこにはなくなってしまう。
Of course, a new person, that's talking about people that are initiated, that, if they just think, well, I'm just chanting kirtan all the time, I don't have to chant japa, then their kirtan won't have a spiritual effect on people.
で、そのジャパ、キルタン、自分はキルタンしてるから、ジャパをしなくても、大丈夫だとそう思って、初心者はそう思ってしまう。
They might get more interested in learning more and more mridanga beats or more melodies or, all kinds of things like that rather than, being absorbed in the holy name and begging for service.
でないと、もっとなんかムリダンガを叩き方をなんか習ったりとか、そんなことに夢中になっていってしまうと。で、主の聖なる皆を唱えるっていうことは、クリシュナにね、その奉仕、使いさせてくださいという奉仕を恋願っていることで、恋願っていることなんです。
All right, so time went way over. Arigato gozaimashita.
ありがとうございました。
When do you want me again? Do you ever want me to give another class?
はい
今度
今度木曜
ちょっと木曜日ですか、Thursday?
木曜日。OK。
よろしくお願いします。Thank you very much, good much.
ハレクリシナ、ハレクリシナ。
ですか、ちゃんとそれも話聞いじゃ
ありがとうございます。
じゃあ、集まるすべての献身者にエコーレイ。
メイクション。
Thank you all very much.